In this video, I want to go over ways to be like Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, in real life. Before I begin, if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Watch me stream Tuesdays to Thursdays from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or UTC 5. Join my Discord server, link down below, for updates on new videos and when I stream next, and hit that join button for $2.99 a month. In the game Black Myth Wukong, it shows you training in the form of skill trees for the Destined One, the main character, and so I'm going to use that as inspiration for this training method. Each tree has specifics with some really cool names, but I'm not going to really focus on them, especially the magic aspect. The first is Foundation Training, which is broken down into 3 items: Stamina, Martial Arts, and Survival. In the Stamina tree, the first is Endurance, which can be trained in a multitude of ways, such as, but not limited to, running, swimming, rock climbing, sparring, etc. Do many types of cardio, like the ones I mentioned, and more. As for one, it makes it less boring if you don't like doing cardio. And number 2, some of those skills can actually be valuable, like learning to swim or learning to climb. Now with that said, you definitely want to keep the martial arts specific cardio training. In fact, it should be mandatory, as the Monkey King is an expert in martial arts, and doing these exercises allows you to train in that environment in terms of both your cardio, but also your muscular endurance from the specific movements of throwing strikes or doing takedowns. However, it's best to stop once your form begins to break, as if you continue for long periods of time consistently, you may start picking up bad habits when you're really tired, which can be really bad. There's many videos that exist to train for the martial arts aspect. My favorite ones are the Boss Root and audio tapes, which are on YouTube for free, with both Thai boxing and all around, in 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute rounds. There's also a sub-attribute called Focus Breath, which relates to stamina, where you want to control your breathing when you're really tired so you can calm down and keep going. Taking in slow, deep breaths in and out, like the box breathing method, can really help with this. It's also necessary to add parkour training to become as nimble as the Monkey King. You don't have to do anything super crazy like learning flowery movements, but simple stuff like learning to roll if you fall, climbing up a wall, and others will help with movement for escaping or for chasing. The next is the Survival tree, which seems to be focused on making you stronger. You can use free weights like barbells and dumbbells, along with machines and bodyweight exercises to help you achieve this. You can lift heavy on like barbells, for example, then lower the weight for higher reps on machines for volume, and then train body weight like a dip, for example, for the skill itself while also continuing to train. You can also reverse this with doing heavy on machines, then lighter on barbells for a little safer approach. I do have videos on like specific schedules, like for example, Batman's training schedule, which you can check out. This will get you your general strength, doing the big barbell exercises, doing a lot of machines, doing some bodyweight exercises. However, because Wukong is a monkey, I also wanted to add skills that other primates usually have and excel at. Number 1 is their overall strength, with chimps estimated to be around 1.35-ish times stronger than a human, apparently due to the higher amount of fast twitch muscle fibers. Doing the exercises above that I already mentioned, and more importantly very consistently, will no doubt increase one's strength to somewhat lessen the large gap. Next is grip strength. Some of the general exercises will help with grip strength, like for example deadlifts, but you can add on grip trainers or do dead hangs or pull-ups. The latter two segue into the third primate skill, which is being strong enough to hold and pull one's body up with just their upper body. Exercises like pull-ups, dips, muscle-ups, monkey bars, rock climbing, etc. are great ways to train this skill. Then is the martial arts skill tree, the last of the foundation training. Because there is a distinction between this and the staff stances, I'm also going to make a distinction. In this tree will be unarmed martial arts. I have a detailed video on what martial arts Batman would use, which is a good way to get into it. But basically, you want a combination of a striking and a grappling to round out your skills. A kickboxing style will be sufficient, and some sort of wrestling style that has both standing and ground game is going to be useful as well. That same Batman schedule video also goes into how doing both general training along with martial arts, which you can check out for more detail. You would also want to work on your flexibility, and there's some great videos like Movement by David to improve one's flexibility. This can be useful for certain strikes or positions when wrestling, and just like with everything else, with the cardio, with the strength training, and with this, it's important to stay consistent. Finally is the staff stances. There are 3 types: pillar, smash, and thrust. Now there already exists a martial arts in like Shaolin Kung Fu, I believe, called like Shaolin Monkey Style, which greatly mimic what I would assume the Monkey King would have used. It's a mixture of acrobatics, staff training, staff movements, and mimicking the actions and nature of a monkey. Now most of the videos that I've seen of this are performances, so it's hard to tell if it's actually effective. And my best guess on this matter when it comes to a lack of evidence is that yes, if that staff hits you at that speed, you're probably cooked. But the amount of effort being used and the energy being expended to do all that shit with the acrobatics and the monkey movements and being in compromising positions, it's probably not good for most people to learn this. Because you're not him, right? You're not Wukong, not yet anyways. So I would hold off on that. With that said though, staff training in itself is pretty effective. Having a large stick, like a bow staff for example, is going to be really effective in a fight. It gives you lots of distance, and if it's nice and dense, it also means it's a very dangerous object. And if you hold it in the middle for example, you can do very quick strikes, or leverage it by holding it towards the end for a heavier attack. And for the 3 movements it explains, smash is super useful, right? Smashing towards the opponent. Thrusting can be super useful for hitting a small point with a lot of force. And the only one I would say is pillar, not being super effective, at least standing on top of the pole for a couple of seconds, which is real. You see it in the Shaolin Kung Fu style. I would say it would work for maybe like 1 or 2 times, but before a potentially good fighter sees the flaw of you standing on like basically one leg. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Watch me stream Tuesdays to Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or UTC5, both right here on YouTube and on Twitch. I dual stream, where I play video games, do code, and a lot more. Join my Discord server, link down below, to see when I stream next in case I like to mix it up, or if you want to see my new videos pop up, or to give suggestions for new videos. And lastly, and most importantly, hit that join button for $2.99 a month.